Hey there, Clashers, welcome back. Now, today I'm doing something I don't really do anymore, and that is do a recap of a regular war, but I'm making an exception this time because Crimson Fog has hit a special milestone, and that is 300 total war wins. Now, this war here is our 300th win, and we do have some great attacks, so definitely some good content to show in this video. And for this war, we ended up spinning a 50 versus 50 war. And as you can see, we won fairly handily with this. Alright, so the first replay I'm going to show is down here, number 24. We've got a 9v9 here, Scoops coming in with a Witches kill squad on a hog attack. So he's got a line of witches spread out along the northeast side. Golems down, Hero's going to follow in behind. And then he's going to try and wall breaker the wall open so everything funnels down perfectly. But he actually gets the wall breaker fail right there. So that does not end up working out the way he had planned it to. And the enemy CC goes over here. Some of his army comes down this side. You can see the bowlers coming down around the east corner. The king actually finishes off that wall, but he's the only one to go into the base there with some skeletons. So the poison over here, the witches are going to finish off the dragon out of the CC. And then, of course, the queen with the witch doing their own thing up there at the north. But even though the entry wasn't what was planned, he still got quite a bit of the base down. And now that that's all finished, he can start sending in the hog riders, and the hogs are going to come in from the northwest side over here in just a little bit. Still got all of his bowlers up, still got quite a few witches up, and he's got more than half of the base down before the hogs even hit the field. So even though it didn't go quite as planned, still a very efficient entry here. And now he's got a couple of heal spells and still a rage in the bag as well to push these hog riders through the couple of defenses that are left. So there's the first heal, the first rage, and then the last heal is going to keep the hogs up as they head over to those last two hidden Teslas over there. The witches are taking down the last wizard tower. Hogs are going to come help out on that as well. And now all of the defenses are down. So it's just a matter of cleanup, and that's going to get taken care of very quickly. A very nice 9v9 hit here from Scoops. Now moving on up to the 10v10s, we've actually got one of my attacks here, and it's one of the dragon bat attacks, and I'm showing it just because, for one, this attack is kind of overpowered right now, and it's driving people insane. Also, it's kind of fun to watch, even though it really is just a spam attack and just get things in. As you can see here, I've got the heroes. What they're doing is they're getting a funnel established so that I can send my dragons right down the middle of this base. Also, speaking of the bats, somebody pointed out to me recently on Reddit where Darian said they are going to be nerfing the bats one more time sometime soon. He said sometime shortly after New Year's. So I don't know how effective the bats will be after their second nerf, but hopefully they don't get nerfed to the ground like we've seen Supercell do before. Anyway, 2 rage spells there, and I'm trying to push my dragons through all that splash damage, get that splash taken off the board. Now that it's down, I can start sending in all the bats, and they can finish off taking out the air defenses, the single target inferno, and at the very least they're getting a good distraction on it. They kind of split off the sides there, but at least it keeps them away from the wizard towers. So the drags and the balloons out of the slammer are going to keep pushing up through the middle. A couple more bats coming back in to help them out as they go through. Looks like the bats over here died out, and I think all of the bats are gone at this point. So it's really just a matter of cleanup. Just the Tesla and an archer tower left that can even do any damage to the dragons. So we will speed up the cleanup as I'm able to pick up a very spammy Dragon Bats 3-star. Alright, taking a look at number 15 now. We've got Scoops coming in yet again. This time, I guess you could say it's a sort of a Govaho, like the old days, where he's got the Valkyries in the wall wrecker, got the golems, and of course he's got some bowlers, so I guess you'd have to stick a bow in that name somewhere. Anyway, he's got the big funnel established here. Wall Wrecker, Heroes, and Bowlers all coming down the middle to follow that into the base. Poison spells down, it's going to receive the enemy CC and put a stop to those balloons before they get too much damage done. The Wall Wrecker's just about to split and the Valkyries come out. They're going to get a little bit more done, and they're going to chew through that wall to get the enemy queen taken out, and the king comes in to help them get that done. So the enemy queen is down. He's got quite a bit of that opened up in the core for the kill squad to finish up what they're doing over there. Unfortunately, that golem didn't follow everything else into the base, so there's not quite as much tanking. But now the Hog Riders are coming in from the east side. Found an outside giant bomb over there. So he's got to drop a bit of an early heal right here. And they have that predictable pathing. They're going to wrap around the top side of the base over here. You can see where he's going to need those heal spells with that multi-target Inferno here. Some of them do cut across over here, so they miss that heal spell. He's got to drop another one as they find the bomb tower over there, and that does quite a bit of splash damage, especially when it gets taken out. So he's got one more heal spell in the bag, and he's got one more wizard tower over here to deal with. And I believe there are a couple of giant bombs as well, which make things a little bit tricky at the end. But the Hog Riders are going to be able to push through. They take out that mortar, go to the last of the splash damage, as well as the last few point defenses. And then once they're able to do that, they can start working on the cleanup. So there's one of the last giant bombs right here by the cannon. There it goes. And then once they take down the air defense, they find the other one right there. But a couple of them hold on, and they are able to help out with the cleanup. It does take a little while, but he does have plenty of time to get it done and to pick up that 3-star for Crimson Fog. Alright, now we're going to check out an 11v11. We've got Augustus here coming in, starting down here at the south, and he's going to be bringing that Queen Charge Laloon attack, and letting that king work his way up and getting that funnel well established. That way the queen stays on the correct path. And Augustus does a great job here. He waits for the king to get out of the way, go down, before dropping the healers on the queen. I see a lot of people drop those healers too early. They would have went straight to the king, and that usually screws up the queen walk. But that worked out really well, and the queen's going to be able to continue on pretty much flawlessly. So the Wall Wrecker comes in up here, nicely done on the free spell. The Wall Wrecker is going to be able to make its way to the Inferno Tower and get it knocked down. The Wall Wrecker is going to bust in that compartment, but it's going to drop the bowlers and work on getting some of those buildings taken out. So here comes the CC. The queen gets that lured out. Poison spell is going to stop those balloons before they even get close to her. And the queen charge is going to continue on through the middle of the base. Couple of skeletons there, not too much to worry about. Laloon starting from the southwest of the base. Couple of haste spells to get that Island Expo taken out. So it goes down, and then the balloons are going to be able to follow those lava hounds into the middle of the base. So the Eagle Artillery is targeting the balloons now. The haste spell to get that Inferno Tower taken out. No more Infernos. Single target's not really an issue when you've got Laloon. And now they've worked their way over to the last few defenses here. There is a little bit of issue with the splash damage. The balloons probably could have used a heal, but they are able to push through this chunk of defenses anyway. But the balloons do start running thin. There's a lot of cleanup troops over here, and the balloons, they've still got to work through all this over here. They're not going to be able to quite make it through all of that. As you'll see, they've got they do have the Expo taken down, and that's pretty big. The queen's going to take down that wizard tower, so it's not doing much splash damage, which is especially good when you got all these lava pups and minions up trying to do cleanup on these buildings. So the queen's going to have to pop her ability here to try and get her through these walls. But once she gets through these walls, this is it that's on the base. So even if all of these troops go down, which I'm pretty sure they do, the queen is still more than capable of taking down that last chunk of buildings over here. So very nicely done on this 11v11 Lalo. And nice job picking up the 3-star for Crimson Fog. Alright, next we're going to take a look at number 4 here. This is a 12v12 with E-Dragons, Balloons, and Bats. And unlike the attack that I showed earlier, this is not quite as easy as a spam. So, as you'll see here, down here at the bottom, he's starting with a Suicide Hero entry. And the heroes are going to walk down along this wall, and the queen's going to be able to get all these buildings taken care of, except maybe that top archer tower. But the big thing here is getting that air defense taken out. And as a bonus, the king's going to be able to get in there, take out the queen, and lure the CC. So all of that's able to get accomplished with just a baby dragon and the Suicide King and Queen. So the king goes down, the queen's targeting the dragons, just about to go down, but that ability is able to push those dragons down. And now he can start the Electro Dragons over here. Drops one on the laboratory, that's going to get the funnel established. And then basically they've got a straight shot all the way through the base. So, very nicely done on both sides of the funnel there. Electro Drags move in, and they're going to be backed up with the Stone Slammer and the balloons. So there they go. Grand Warden's going to come in, and of course he's got a free spell for that first Inferno Tower. So there they go, moving in through the base. They move pretty slowly, but they do quite a bit of damage. Inferno Tower goes down, and a whole bunch of stuff goes down. You can always see when the Stone Slammer drops, because it busts up a ton of walls when it does. So the bats come in, and he uses the Warden's ability when the bats come in. And look at how fast they're taking down the defenses in this base. It's just crazy. I mean, they're way ahead of the balloons. Free spell down here on the Wizard Tower gets that taken out without losing a whole bunch of bats. And they're able to get a ton of damage on the Town Hall, too, before all the bats are gone. But now the Town Hall is going to go down. And there's just a little group of defenses over here, some sort of weird troll trap kind of deal going on. Of course, it doesn't work. It's not nearly enough to take down several E-Drags, plus a regular dragon and the Warden. So all the Teslas are going down. As this E-Dragon gets over here, he finds all of the Seeking Air Mines. One would think that those would serve the base a little bit better if, you know, he put them over here instead. But that's whatever, and that's a nice 3-star from Sebrekov. Alright, one last replay, and we've got Floozy in, taking a hit on number 5. He's got that Queen Charge Laloon. And Floozy came back to Crimson Fog. He's been a long-time member over here, but for the last few months he's been holding down the fort and leading over at Endless Revenge, which is our feeder/training clan for the Alliance. So he's been doing a great job over there, and he came over for this 300th win war, and he does put up the 12v12 6-pack, and we're going to take a look at this one here, which is the Laloon. So the Queen's working her way in. He got that King in there to funnel. He's going to hit his ability there. That keeps the King out in front and away from those healers. Over here he's got a little bit of something going on with the Stone Slammer. It's actually going to work its way in, take out that Inferno Tower, and then when it pops he's got an Electro Drag and a couple of balloons over there. So with just this fairly simple entry, he's getting quite a bit accomplished. The enemy Clan Castle troops did come out. The Queen took them out. The Queen Charge is actually still going, and he's got the Warden ability still. So he's got about half of this side of the base taken out already, and that's just with the entry troops of the Slammer and the Queen Charge and King. So very efficiently done there, and it's not quite done yet. Still got that enemy Queen to take care of, and the Queen is doing just that right now. Unfortunately, the Eagle has fired up and it's going to start taking down that Electro Dragon. But now that the Queen is down, he is going to start the Laloon down here from the southwest side of the base. So balloons, Lava Hounds coming in. They find a whole bunch of traps right there. But they're going to get the Wizard Tower and the Town Hall taken down over there. And then another Wizard Tower down here. I don't think those balloons are going to be able to do it. So he sends in a couple more. And now they're going to work through these bottom defenses. So he sends in another haste spell. He's got another air defense over here to work with. Looks like the Lava Hounds are all gone at this point. But the balloons are still looking pretty strong. Plus he's still got a couple more in the bag. He's going to end up dropping those on the back end over here. He gets the free spell down on the Inferno Tower. That's going to keep it from doing any more damage to the balloons. Rage spell is in. That's going to help them work through these last few defenses. Of course, the Warden's over here kind of helping out. He does hit his ability, and all that's left at this point is just a little bit of cleanup. So a very nicely executed 12v12 Queen Charge Laloon from Floozy. And that's a wrap on this war. Just a quick little look at it, really, since we had 50 bases to attack. Tried to pick the best of the best. We still left a few good ones that I'm not going to take the time to show here. But congratulations to our clanmates for hitting this milestone. And another thanks to the people who came over to help us out with this. So we had, of course, Floozy came over, and then we had Skinny Hound, Edgar Allan Pro, Moonshine, and Scoops. So thanks for coming and helping out with the 300th win, guys. That's it for this video. If you guys liked it, be sure to click that like and subscribe button down below. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you all next time.